Minecraft Bedrock has over 6,000 confirmed and unfixed bug reports, and people often say that the game is buggy, and they'll often point to niche or rare, not easily replicated bugs to prove their points. However, the game is full of more common bugs that just aren't fixed because the tension isn't really drawn to them, something I want to fix today by playing 30 minutes of Minecraft and seeing how many bugs we can encounter in that time. That's right, we're doing a reverse speedrun for Minecraft bugs. It's going to be a lot of fun, and join me for this one right after I go through the ground rules, because obviously 30 minutes is my timer, which will start the moment I move around in my random seed world. Every one of these bugs should be something I encounter in the wild, and also something important is if I can give you a bug tracker link, then that will be an official bug, so we'll add 1 to the score. So those are the rules. Let's see how many bugs that we can find. Let's go, and let's start with one of my favorite bugs that I only learned in research for this video, because did you know the take screenshot button doesn't work? That's right, on the PC you can press F2 and it's meant to take a screenshot, but it actually doesn't. Even if you pause first, pressing F2 or whatever you bind that key to will not take a screenshot, and instead you have to press this button if you want to take one. Second of all, let's chop down a single piece of wood, and there's very little we can do to find bugs while we're just chopping wood, right? Except, no actually, did you know the breaking animation is far too dark? I didn't know this was true. I just kind of assumed like, yeah, this is a stylistic decision, but no, Minecraft Bedrock accidentally darkens the block too much when breaking. It's meant to be a bit more grey, whereas it kind of shows off a bit more black right now. Boom, 2 bugs, as simple as that. Then we can go into the sprinting one. This is one I referenced in the intro, but if you sprint and jump at the same time, for some reason your legs and arms stop moving. This is sprinting, as you can see, but when you sprint and jump at the same time, it does not work the same. Let's go ahead and make ourselves a boat. That boat can be crafted right over here, and wow, there's no issues with the boat. There is issues with the fact, though, that if you type in clock, you can actually see a fully functioning clock right here, something that is not meant to be in the game. It's a very fun bug. It's useful to know about. Let's now get in our boat, which, you know, for what it's worth, boats have fixed most of the major bugs. This is what I'm talking about when I'm saying, like, oh yeah, they've done some good things. I think there are some issues you could argue with the boats, like, why is it when I use them, my hands don't move, but the paddles do? But this isn't a verifiable bug, but it could be argued it is Minecraft's unique style. Today, I'm not going to be criticizing Minecraft's unique style, but instead I'm here to criticize things about Minecraft that are specifically not working because they've worked in past versions and don't anymore. Let's kill the iron golem. Iron golems are a very large mob, and so as a large mob, they have special pathfinding that is currently broken. When they interact with path blocks or most other non-solid blocks like farmland, the golem is going to have some issues dealing with these pathway blocks. Oh, or is he? Or am I not going to be able to show you this bug? This is what I'm talking about when I say a bug is unverifiable. If I talk about mob pathfinding, but I can't prove it, then what can I say about that? However, I am feeling pretty good about right here. There's 2 pathway blocks next to each other, and you can see the golem's already done some weird things, but the real proof is going to be when I get over here, and he has to jump. No. The real proof is going to be when we can specifically get him to run in a straight line towards it. In the meantime, we'll jump into here, where I'll grab some armor. That might keep me alive, and there was a sword in here all along. I shouldn't have even bothered making the one that I made, and now let's just break our way out here, hopefully not getting golemed on the way out. Okay, looks good to me. Here is a piece of dirt path, and here is the golem trying to run towards it. He actually went entirely fine. I've had this happen many times before. Sometimes, oh, there we go. That's sort of happening. Now we've got the golem trapped in a place where he should be able to just come down to me. There's no full damage that will happen, but dirt paths just mess with his pathfinding, and thank God I got that done. I needed the iron to show you some other ones here. Okay, that's plenty of wood, which will allow me to make the 2 shields that I'm gonna need for something else I'm gonna show off later. But in the meantime, this is a shield. It should only take durability damage when you use it as a shield, but I'm gonna punch a piece of wood right here, and something interesting is going to happen, which is the shield will take damage. You can entirely waste the durability of a tool without ever actually using it, which is goofy. Next up here, let's go to this chest for a ruined portal, and inside of it, we've got 2 fire charges. We should be able to try and make something work with both of those, because this is magma, and magma is meant to give fire damage, but doesn't. All it does right now is gives you this kind of like, you know, like hurt damage, but this is the fire damage it's meant to give you. Do you hear that? It's kind of sizzling, it's fiery. This has been reported by a bug, and it's one of the most upvoted suggestions, but the sound is still missing to this day. But let's heal up that damage now, and let's show you something interesting, which again, doesn't feel out of place to me because I've been playing Bedrock for so many years, but the healing on Bedrock just has the half heart suddenly appear. If we zoom in on the hotbar, you can see it it there. What's meant to happen is there's meant to be a wiggling of the health bar and a little bit of white that appears around it. Funnily enough, I look back to some of my oldest Bedrock videos, and in 5 years ago videos, it still looked like this, but then I went back to one of my very oldest Minecraft Bedrock videos. It's called Things I Don't Like About Minecraft Bedrock from 2018, and in that video, I talk about how regeneration sucks. That's right, 6 years ago. But anyway, I talk about regeneration sucking, and in that video, regeneration worked. Sometime in the last 6 years, they broke regeneration, and they haven't fixed it since. Our first Minecraft day has resulted in 9 bugs being found, which is pretty decent, but I still need to be doing better, especially in this early phase, ideally. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to make myself a slab, and I'm going to show you something weird, which is the fact that slabs and stairs, etc. are slightly darker than they're meant to be. You can sort of see this right here. Look at this block, look at this block. I always assumed it was just a lighting issue or something like that, but no matter how evenly you light these blocks, no matter how close to a torch you put them, it still will never quite fix the problem, which is, some people would say, frustrating. Now we're going to make some bread, because I think I could eat some of that about now, and let me show you something fun. If I crouch, so if I right click right now, or left trigger, I should use the crafting table, but if I crouch, I should use the tool in my hand. However, if you try to eat, say, bread, it won't work, because it thinks that you should be using the crafting table. So right now, I can get nothing done, which is mildly frustrating to say the least. Now we're going to try and get some arrows tonight, and we're also going to try, yeah, this is a creeper right here, and fun fact, you're meant to be able to light a creeper, explode a creeper by using a fire charge, but you cannot. There is me using, well, I mean, you can see I didn't use the fire charge there, right? Hopefully. This is not a bug, by the way, but it's one of my favorite behaviors. Mobs bounce off the shield on Bedrock, and they don't on Java. So let's go find another creeper, because I need to show how wonky they are. There we go. That's a creeper. I want to show you how wonky this is. I'm using a fire charge right now, and it's just not exploding the mob. I've got to be very careful with an Enderman. You know, let's just go for it. So this is an Enderman in a boat. Here's a fun thing. That Enderman is meant to be trapped in a boat. This is something Java players have used to their advantage for speedruns. But if we upset the Enderman... Oh no, he's not teleporting away. Well, that doesn't prove anything. But then... Oh! Okay, well that's interesting. Anyway, the Enderman teleported out of the boat. Okay, somehow this is going to work perfectly. I just realized I forgot one of the biggest ones to do with skeletons, because not only do they fire too fast, this is a verifiable bug by itself, they walk differently to Java, which is very strange as well, but we'll leave that to the side to say that when a skeleton does hit me, as he just has, the arrows don't stick into the player. This is a classic Minecraft thing to indicate, you know, like exactly when you've been hit, and it does not work right here, something which is very, very, very interesting. Now let's head towards the nearest place where we can find a map, but we really need to up our pace in this run if we're going to be successful. And so that is what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to pray that we find a map, but I'm also going to accept we need to find other things to show off along the way, and that is a handy thing for me to be able to do. But that's going to require finding a ship, which, by the way, it should be referenced that all sorts of structures do spawn more or less commonly on Bedrock than their Java counterparts. I can't count it towards my total, but did you know shipwrecks sometimes generate in the sky? It's never a seed issue. People always think they've got the best seed. It's just that sometimes randomly Minecraft decides to generate them there. We don't know why, we don't know how, but we do know that shipwrecks are very interesting and sometimes generate missing a chest. But in this case, thank God it's not. Okay, so now I've got a brand new map. I can show you a couple of bugs. The first bug is the one that I'm sure you expect me to harp on, but it relates to how treasure maps are viewed in the primary hand when you have an offhand item. So you can already see here that the shield has a weird resizing issue when you put a map in your hand versus everything else. That's an interesting bug by itself. Bug number 2, here's my bow and my arrow, here's my axe and my arrow, or literally every other item. It works just fine with an arrow in there, but not the treasure map. Bug number 3 is the fact that the player is meant to be visible as an arrow when outside of the bounds of the map. This is a very important bug to fix because most players don't know that to go southwest is to go positive Z and negative X. And so you have a 1 in 4 chance of guessing which corner of the map you're in. This is a terrible bug. It really needs to be fixed. And it's where my awareness for this video mostly wants to go. There are some bugs, you know, there's a lot of bugs that are niche and terrible. And, you know, like I really wanted to show off in this video at some point, the fact that you can't go through an end portal if you have parrots on you. That's important to fix too, sure, but you can fix it by not getting on a parrot. This bug is fixable by learning a bunch of stuff the majority of players are never going to work out, and that's what makes it such a tragic bug if they cannot fix it. So yeah, we are quite some way away from this, by the way. Treasure maps just generate you to the nearest buried treasure, which is its own structure in Minecraft, and so sometimes it picks one that's very far away, which is fine for me, I guess. Wait, I just realized I have bones, so I can show you another bug. So here is my red bed. Let's say I want to dye it back into white. So usually in Minecraft, you're meant to use white dye, which is crafted using bone meal. However, you can use bone meal, as well as cocoa beans and lapis, as a dye in its own right. You should never do this. No one wants to sleep in a white bed, but technically you could. So pro tip, by the way, if you ever come to a pillager outpost and there is one of these golems in one of these, either kill the golem to get some free iron, or use him for some free labor, because all you've got to do is lead a single pillager to him, and then you can start a terrible chain reaction. I mean, terrible from his perspective. It's actually great from mine. Okay, so I'm just coming through here because I want a banner, but maybe I'll find some other useful things while I'm here anyway. There should be one pillager of a banner around here, and there he is. Perfect, let's go! Crouch around, perfect, fine. Shield. I don't know why that went through me, but that's fine. I'm doing great, and I've got myself a banner. So I'm going to put my shield in here alongside the banner, and it's going to make a shielded banner. A banner shield, if you will. The black shield, as it will be known. And something really weird happens if you, as you can see right here, when you put a shield in that slot. This is still a regular shield, but when it exists in any slot that the illager shield has been in previously, it becomes a copy of it, or at least the banner, a copy of the colored banner. This is a very, very weird visual only glitch, and I have no idea how this occurs. I wonder if it occurs in your offhand slot too, so I'll move that there. Oh, it does! Now Minecraft thinks I have a black shield, even though I clearly do not. Next up, here is where the hand is on the Bedrock version of the game. Here is where it is on Java. There is a difference. Nice and easy. Just gotta give myself a win every now and then to... Okay, I am really starting to panic at this point. I made a big list of bugs, and a lot of them are specific to certain contexts, which we're just not in right now. If we don't find a pale garden or a dark oak forest, I can't show off a bug relating to saplings there, and this is kind of some of the fun of doing this as a random seed speedrun, but I'm still gonna try my best and just hope that maybe up here we find something better. Next up here, we've got a chest, and in there, oh my god! That is not what I was expecting to see. So yeah, I was hoping to show off something to do with enchanted books, but we haven't found any of those yet. Oh my god. So let's instead go back into this chest, where not only is there food, thank god, but also there is a pickaxe and a sword, both with enchantments on. The reason this is so interesting is because enchantments don't really glimmer the same way on Bedrock that they do on either of the other main Minecraft editions. But instead of smoothly glowing up the item, you can see it's very pixely, like the glow goes from pixel to pixel in a way that is kind of unnatural. This is a certified bug, and it's one they want to fix. Right now it just feels like a Bedrock aesthetic, but it's certainly not supposed to. Next up, we're in a cherry grove, and I'm just gonna have to like stretch my mind to go, there are more pigs here, and this sounds like a joke, but I'll have to show you the bug report and the fact that it's confirmed and everything. Pigs generate slightly too commonly on Bedrock. When you bone meal the ground here, you're meant to get these cherry grove petals, but instead you get like it's a meadow, dandelions, and indeed the blue flower. I am starting to struggle. There's something to do with bells in here, I'm sure. Abandoned villages used to generate too frequently on Bedrock, but they have fixed that, so I can't use my easy favorite fact here. There's not really anything in here besides paper, but you know what, that'll have to do for now. So fun fact, books will have a incorrect yellow name. This makes them rare for no good reason. Why are they yellow and rare? It's because enchanted books are similarly not rare. They worked out that enchanted books and books need to be different rarity, but they accidentally gave the rare tag to to regular books and the not rare tag to enchanted books, which is kind of goofy if you ask me. If you pick block an item, it's not meant to be able to replace enchanted tools, but it can. 25! Woohoo! I think. Just on the off chance that that Enderman fact isn't true, I'll just go for a 26, but as it stands, my time is just over half an hour, just over 31 minutes to get this done. Here is a bell hanging from the ceiling, and if I throw an item at it, it should ring forwards to backwards, right? But instead it rings left to right, because it's programmed as a two-way item. Anyway, if you place a bell on the ground, you can see it can only swing two ways here. But if you look at the model that's generating on the ceiling, it should be differently. So, you know, can we call this a bug? I think so. If you, oh, wait, there we go. Yeah, you can swing it all four ways. You just can't throw items at it all four ways. Ah, that's gotta be a bug then. Boom! Okay, I wasn't joking. It literally was the very first thing I wanted to do, and I found some very strange results. The first time I punched the Enderman, he became an unpunchable entity that you can't do anything to, and then, okay, he's just teleported away anyway. What is the lesson that we can learn from that? I don't know, but that seems like a bug to me. There were lots of other bugs that I was excited to use in this video that I just didn't get time to come around to, such as sign text going through glass, very, very strange, or indeed the ability to bone meal saplings, even when they're individual, and there were so many more, but ultimately, this is how the speedrun went. 25 bugs is how many we found, and the point of this isn't to do a dunk on Bedrock. I love the Bedrock edition of the game, but the actual point is instead to make a wider point about how, yes, Minecraft Bedrock has lots of bugs, but when people criticize it, they try to criticize the weird bugs that are almost unfixable, rather than focusing on the ones that are very clear and very obvious. It is ludicrous that maps have been broken for as long as they have. I hope that they'll be fixed soon, and that'll be a thing that's good, but also it's ludicrous that so many of these bugs are encounterable in seconds, but yet haven't been fixed after years. Some bugs are hard to track down, but some are easy, and hopefully this video raises awareness so we can fix some of those easy ones. And if not, it gives you a challenge to try and do this on your own right. How many bugs can you find quickly in Minecraft? I hope that you've enjoyed my time and honestly some of my struggles going through precisely that. And if you have, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe because I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Guess you take full damage from lava, huh?